Mm-hmm. You got your little show. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the lounge. I'm your host, Felicia Harding-Williams. Today, we're going to be talking about relationships. My special guest today is KJ from Radio 1, and he's going to be co-hosting with me, and I know he's not a guest, he's the co-host, so you can direct all your questions to him. The phone lines are open as we starting right off from the start. Hi, KJ, how you doing?
Felicia, how you doing? I'm so happy to be here on your set. I like it. This is nice.
Thank
this is
you,
nice.
thank
Really,
you.
I'm behind the scenes, and you can't see me on KISS, so they brought me out. Now you can see me, and I can't get away with what I get away with on the radio. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here.
Good, I'm so glad. So give them a little bit about yourself, because I don't know if everybody watch KISS or hear your voice on the radio.
Yeah. Well, first I'm from my name's well, we could call me KJ. I'm Kevin Johnson. I'm from Petersburg. I graduated in '89. I went in the Navy, and when I got out of the Navy, I got into TV and radio in '93, and I've been in radio for a while. So I've been at Radio 1 for a while, a long time. We know your cousin Clovia, so yeah. We talked about that.
Community Clovia.
Yeah, this Community Clovia, my buddy. Want me to die? Yeah. So and that's my story. And I've been in radio since '93. I've been in radio for a long time. A little bit of TV. I worked Channel 6 and all that, but I'm kind of familiar with all of this.
Yeah,
we're kind of familiar with all of this and all the show. I like your little show. I like the show.
Thank you.
So what are we talking about today?
We're supposed to be talking about relationships.
One of my favorite topics.
Your favorite topic.
Yeah.
So why don't you start it off for us? Since that's your favorite topic.
I don't know.
So okay.
What do you want? What do you?
I'm trying to
you got any questions for?
Yeah, I'm trying to say. Now relationships. How did you get that to be your favorite subject? I mean, why do you focus on talking about relationships?
I'm glad you asked me that. That's a good question, Felicia. One of the things, like if you go on my page, if you follow me on my Facebook page, that's where I'll probably elaborate more. Kevin KJ Johnson on Facebook, because being in entertainment as I've been for a while. I tell people all the time, I'm in the land of smoke and mirrors. I've seen it all and seen people, but relationships are something that people are most honest about. Everybody's honest about who they love and who broke their heart and how they feel. And so I'm always fascinated by the dynamics of relationships. That's that's one thing that everybody shares.
Yeah.
Like I might not do what you do, you might not do what I do, but when you start talking about relationships and how you feel, and I'm always fascinated what people would tell me. They volunteer information to tell me about their relationship. I never forget when the station was over there on Wilkerson Road, and I was talking to a girl, and she was telling me how her hair fell out from the guy and all that stress. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that. And at my age now, is to see people that are a lot of people are so unhappy and things like that. And my question is always, because I guess I live so much of try to live a happy life. Once they tell me that, and I'm not gonna leave because this is my house. I'll be waiting for the kids to get older, and I just be like, well, what are you gonna do until then? I mean, like you're in your mid-40s. You gonna keep living like this?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of I've been in a lot of mixed up marriage. I mean, relationships, not marriages now, but and one thing I learned that because I was listening to you one day, we was talking, and you was telling me that you told your wife something about don't live her life to make you happy, and you not live it.
I said that yesterday. I tell her because I meet so many people like that, and I always tell her, and it's not. I put on my blog the other day. I said the relationship works better when two people want to be together, not where you're trying to make it work, and it doesn't work like that. It wants two people trying to be together, and that's the way. Like if you come on my page, you see my wife. We have fun and we make videos. But that's how we are. No, really. I tell people I got about 8 minutes of faking in me. I can't fake it. I'm not faking it. So the day I didn't want to be with her no more, you won't see no more videos. You won't say we ain't trying to make it well. And I was telling her what you're saying. I told her if I ever changed on you and I didn't want to be with you, don't you try to make it work with me. Don't you fight for this because it's not going to work. And I've seen people that are mentally checked out And they
Yeah.
just, and I think women, I've had so many women tell me when they're telling me about it, say, well, I thought if I cooked enough, I thought if I gave more sex, and I thought if I did all that, and it never really, it's not enough.
Yeah, women have a hard time letting go emotionally. Because I know when I was going through my separation with my husband, it was like, he had been checked out.
Yeah,
but I was still like,
you thought you could save it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. God is gonna work this out. Da 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 da. And then it just came a time when I realized that he had emotionally checked out.
Yeah, he was.
He was just physically there.
Yeah.
And we had became friends, best friends actually.
Yeah.
And but that's all we were. Was just friends. It wasn't. I mean, we cared about each other towards the end and everything.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he checked out emotionally, and I was still connected emotionally.
Yeah.
But now that I've disconnected emotionally and stuff, so it's easier. We can get along better. Actually, matter of fact, when both people check out, why does the bitterness have to come in play?
Folks.
Because you can't. You can be friends.
That's hard because it's just like when y'all are together. Nobody can make you mad like your husband because he knows those. True. When you love somebody that much, you got the other stuff attached to it. So and I'm glad you said that too. See, this is where I get on guys about we don't play fair. It's like we'll mentally check out. As soon as Felicia go to the door to go, okay, I give up. Oh, hold up, don't leave. Yeah. I love you. I don't want nobody else raising my kids, and we're family. Oh yeah, and then you go, hold on, well maybe he's coming around and all that.
And then you check back in.
Yeah, you check back in. Then he act crazy again. And we do that. So a lot of that comes from, you look at that where you don't want it, but you want somebody else to have it because you kind of.
That manipulation kind of thing.
I've had a friend of mine told me, she told her husband, like, help me, just let me go. Like, he like, matter of fact, it happened not too long ago. She said that they had been talking for weeks. They were going through all this stuff and classic him. She finally left him. But before she left, he said, well, if you sound like you ain't happy, you need to leave. So when she left, you know what he did? He got on his knees and spit Bible verses and cried.
Oh my God! That's what kills me. They go straight to the Bible.
There we go to
Bible.
Ain't been to Bible study, ain't been to church and singing, but leave it on.
The Bible says to death do us part. So sickness and in health.
And to y'all, what y'all do is go, wow. It's like all I want in your mind, you're going, all I want him to do is just act right. I don't want to hurt him like he hurt me. I don't want to do that. I just want him to act right. I ain't even trying to hurt him like that. But she came back. They got back together, counseling. 4 months later, he was
back acting like it again.
Why we do it? But I think, and honestly enough, I had a girl. We were at the station, and a woman was talking about it. She said that. And I think women go through this. She said, KJ, I didn't want to walk back to the village and said I failed. You guys measure your stuff on how you take care of your family and all that. So a woman has to come back to the tribe and say, I failed, dude. Because I can get all this together. Because in your mind, you can go, I can do homework, I can do this, I can cook, I can talk to my mom on the phone, I can do this, I can do this. But the problem with that is, and I tell which camera I'm in, most women, the problem with that is, that a relationship is 2 people. Now, if this was a phone, the phone is a thing. It'll sit right there till you come get that phone. But if you don't have 2 people that want to be together, no matter what you do,
it's not going to work.
And I think every woman has to go through. She's going to try. And even though you could tell Felicia, a young girl in her 20s, so I'm trying to, but she got to try.
Yeah, you got to try. It's in our nature,
I'm going to cook more. I'm going to give him sex more. And you just like, but you just tried it because you think, no, I think I can.
I can change him.
Yeah, just like how y'all meet certain guys and think you can fix him up.
Dress him up and
I got him. I can go from here. And y'all do that. And I was telling a girl the other day, a woman be asked, if you wonder how when a woman's into a guy, it's, baby, I'm at the store, what type of t-shirt you like, I'm a cook for you. It's a bunch of catering to us. When the test for us is when we like you, we're there. It ain't real complicated. The dude is there.
But that's because sometimes they can be there and
not
there mentally.
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what I hear.
I don't even know why they call it.
If that's what they want, that's what I'm saying. You're right, and that's the other part of it too. He has to want to be there. Just can't be there physically. You got to be there
Yeah,
too.
but see, I mean, I'm not saying all men, but men like to play that mind manipulation game.
Oh, yeah,
you know
we
what I'm
do. Yeah,
saying?
we do.
And
We do.
you got some women out here, and I ain't gonna say some women because all of us have done it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
any one woman that say they haven't, they don't. We fall for it because we are so in love.
Yeah, you
know what I'm
with
saying?
it. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I can love for the both of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got enough love for everybody. I got enough love for the dog.
Like, I got
don't
this.
I
Don't worry about it. I love you.
Yeah.
And long as I love you, everything else is fine.
And here's the trick too. See, when y'all go, and I said I'm gonna write me a book, and the title of my book is gonna be Your Grandmother and Mother's Notes Are Old. Not to hate on that, because see, think about it. When you go back, especially if you're black, if you go back in time and talk to your grandma, and you say, well, give me a little advice, and they tell you, well, girl, you got to go through the ups and downs, and you be thinking, well, maybe these are ups and downs, and I ain't going through it. But no, that's not really what it is. It's just, and if you look, and if the thing about opium, my parents have been married for almost 50 years. My mother tell me, she's like, my mother's like, been with my dad since she was 17. My mom's 67. She's like, but a lot of the older people, they be honest about it. If you had the options that women have today, you might not be with them. But back then, you couldn't. What else could you do? A lot of our parents, especially grandparents, were not that educated. So so the thing back then was, well, girl, I know Charlie ain't that good, but Charlie got a good job. He working Philip.
Charlie got benefits.
Where you gonna go? So now I know women, like I tell my wife, but there's AKs and Deltas with money, and you ain't got to put up with that.
Yeah,
so that's what happens. Y'all kind of still struck from that. Well, I don't want to give up because it makes it seem like I'm a failure. Yeah, so you go harder because that's your thing. Y'all think it's my family, and that's the kid's father, that's their dad. So I don't want to.
Yeah, those emotions keep you there. Yeah, I know. For me, it was like I didn't want to fail. You're right. That was part of it. It's like no, because I'm gonna do this because. In the beginning, everybody was already against me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, no, I'm going to prove them.
I got enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Please. I done popped up, please.
So, I mean, but it took a long time for me to, like, break that cycle. Because I leave and come back, And like you said, it gets better, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's back to the same thing again.
I don't know what happened Tuesday.
Yeah,
we went to Mama's house and had some dinner Tuesday. But here's the thing I tell all women all the time, and ladies that trust me, or guys, and it's crazy because I had a friend of mine who's going through that. He's a dude, and it's weird to see it on the guy side that when you do get your strength back, when you go back in time and you gonna look at yourself, you gonna hate who you were.
Oh yeah.
And we so stupid. This is what'll happen when a guy's panicking. He think he's losing you. He tries to remember this, remember that. And when you start thinking about the time you're talking about, you think about he don't know you cried all night that night. That's that day that girl called that house that day. So when he take your mind back to them places,
taking back to the negative. You going back to the negative.
You want to take her mind back to that stuff, and then you start. So even when you say all right, because sometimes y'all give in and just on the face, like I said, the kids, and you get back together with him. So a lot of the times when we be like, what's wrong with you? Felicia's mind going back to that dark stuff. It's like, you don't know how many times I cried myself to sleep and all that. And now I got to sit here and be happy. And he doesn't realize, like I had a buddy of mine, he said, well, you got to get over that. The way your mind works, you can't get over it. Felicia can't. It's just, every once in a while, that
we can forgive, though.
Yeah, we can forgive. But they ain't got to do with it. But you sitting there, girl, and Martin's ordering some bread, and that thing, bang! Right, you like.
And then when you start talking about it, it's like you right there in the moment.
And we so stupid. Like, what's wrong with you? That's what's wrong with her. So, I tell a friend of mine, he's been some stuff that he told me. And I told him, I said, if I would have did that enough of things like that to my wife, I would have never married her. Because what I was saying is I wouldn't have never been able to overcome all that in her mind.
Yeah.
We would have stayed cool.
Y'all been friends. But nowadays, you can't even be friends because it's always a naysayer somewhere that's going to chuck up what you said and twist it and turn it to mean what they wanted to mean. And I know there's a lot of things. Everybody is always in somebody else's relationship. How you gonna keep you need to focus over here on your stuff.
And Facebook and all that stuff. You can't do Facebook. Because now, ladies, let's be honest now, because I know how that mind runs. Now you can't turn it off. So now you can look right at that Facebook page. You looking right at him and his girlfriend. I had a friend, a guy, my buddy, in Alabama, say he was doing that, and his girlfriend would start. The girl he's messing with, then his girlfriend. And the girl said, "I get tired of seeing you on your page with that girl." Yeah, she's just looking right there. And you know how y'all do. That mind sitting there, got a few drinks in you too.
And then you get to typing. You Facebook back.
Sitting there looking, he'll come there be with you. So that's why a lot of social media has changed the whole landscape.
ball game.
Because when we were younger, our parents were young. You know, people wouldn't see the other person like
Exactly.
that and all that. So now,
Yep.
and I always talk about things like that because that exists. So I try to, when I talk about relationship, I try to talk about real relationship, not all this candy. You know, all that.
Yeah.
You know, that type of stuff exists. And the reason why it's crazy now because people can see.
See.
Yeah, even though, like say, you and your ex-husband or other people that were involved, you get to see their families, see their girlfriend, and see their pictures, and you know, and that plays a big part because you just sitting there like, look at that. You know, just as it's in a good way. Like I like Facebook because I can see people I was in Navy with, but you see the other side too.
Yeah, you see both sides.
But
You
I see
the
some
dark
folks
side.
that I used to go with Felicia. I was like, Lord,
Like,
I ducked it.
what was I thinking about? Yeah, I've been there
that
with page too.
bullet. I tell my wife all the time. I show her too. Hey, look, oh, Felicia. But I mean, you know, ooh, Felicia.
One thing I want to talk about is because even though the relationship part, what people always don't want to talk about is the.
Get this line, please.
Get this line.
Get that mouth.
Thank you for calling the lounge.
Good evening. Thanks for taking my call.
problem.
Love your show. Could you address or say something if you have any thoughts about how does love and relationship differ across cultures?
Oh, wow.
Is it anything indicative just to, say, African people, black people, compared to other cultures?
Yeah.
Is there anything special that, you know, maybe we should address?
You know, that's a good question. I think it starts with, that's a good question because people can say, well, how could you like interracial dating or different cultures? The initial thing has to be rapport. That's the thing that starts almost any relationship. You feel connected. Perfect example, like by Felicia's Clovia's cousin. I work with Clovia. If I saw you in another state and you told me you were from Virginia, I said, I'm from Virginia. And what happens with rapport is how deep can it go? So when you start to date somebody, you start to, even though they could be in a different culture, it's something that has to connect you to make you start clicking like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why people say, yeah,
Conversation.
they say opposite attracts, yeah, to a certain point.
Yes.
But perfect example, when I was in the Navy, I was in Spain. And it was real weird. I met a woman, Felicia, kind of like your complexion, and she was French, and I couldn't connect her. I'm from Petersburg. So, and I didn't understand nothing she was saying. And I was looking like you wouldn't have known she was French till she opened her mouth. She couldn't speak a word of English. I'm looking right at her, and she looked like somebody from like Highland Springs or something.
Oh, wow.
So I'm glad you said back to the culture, it's the rapport. So if you have rapport with somebody that, you know, that from a different culture, you guys connect, whether it be spiritually or something like that, I think it can work. But it has to be some type of connection.
Yeah, it has to be a connection. I mean, because
Should there be a spiritual connection in every relationship, you think, or is that important?
if that's what you believe, see, spiritual is like I'm a big politic fan now from President Obama. They say all politics are local. I say all relationships are personal. So if that's what you're into, like, you know, the spirit thing is your own personal thing. So if you meet somebody and they, especially if you're both Christians, y'all have a lot of similarities of what you would study. So if it goes to that, but if you be, you know, if you're a Christian and they're a Buddhist or a Muslim or something like that, you guys might have different. But I still say people that want to be together. This is the thing with that, based on that too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for calling, man.
now, I'm gonna elaborate on what he was
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
talking about
Yeah.
because he said spiritually connected. Now, in our world, in Christianity, we want to have that spiritual connection. We want to be on the same level.
Yeah.
Spiritually, like they say, equally yoked.
Yeah.
Okay, but see, what in reality, what that means is y'all want to be on the same page. Y'all want to be mentally compatible, emotionally compatible. Y'all want to have things in common.
Yeah.
And like you said, you want to have that rapport.
Yeah.
People think when you say spiritually, that spiritual connection, that means that you are connected on every level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just a godly thing. I think it's an overall thing that people need to focus on instead of just one aspect. Because you can be mentally connected, you can be physically connected, you know, but you need to be a whole connected all the way around. Because I know a lot of people that's married, but they don't have no conversation.
No. Up in the church, hey.
You know, just as lovey-dovey and everything. Go home, he on one room, he gone in the next room. Kids doing whatever, you know. So I'm like,
wait until the kids get older, so they be like, I ain't leaving. This is my house. Yeah.
You know?
I didn't work too hard to get all this stuff to be
exactly.
Let me tell you, I hope we on live TV right now. Let me tell you, I don't care if me and Boo Boo had 2 mansions, we had 50 kids. I will break up. I guess what it is, I'm so adamant about that. I didn't get married till I was 40. I never lived with a woman, none of that. Like, so I live longer knowing how true happiness is. I know how I am. So I refuse to, when I start to, if I feel that, I'm not going to let it just, well, if you saw me, Felicia, and I said, well, you know, you seen KJ lately, he ain't himself, and I've turned into that guy where I see other people where I'm just existing and I'm just trying to, no. And I tell my wife, don't you ever do it. You promised me. I do like the Titanic when he told Rose, you promised me you leave me. Don't you let me take you down that road. Don't be trying to make it work. And that's why sometimes I'm surprised. And I get it. You know, we're adults. I'm 45. I get it that you financial things. I get that. Yeah. But I still say that look at the core of you, though. That's the thing about nothing else matter, because if the core is, it don't matter. Yeah. That's what, so I don't care. All of that stuff is cool, and you can say financial, and we got to do this for the kids. Even with your kids, the way I am, and a lot of my personality is from my father. And I say, but if my core is messed up, I have nothing to give no kids. That's right. So I don't know why y'all talking about them kids. Yeah, it has to begin with me to give the kids.
But you know what? I realized that when they holler about, I don't want to leave for the kids, and I don't want to leave because I put this much into this marriage, I didn't put that much into it. All that is simply said, I'm still emotionally connected. Because when you check out. You check out. You leave clothes. You grab what's on your back and be out. Thank you for calling the lounge. May I help you?
They call the lounge.
Yes, this is a great topic. I have two questions I'd like you to address if you can.
Okay.
The first question is, why do women get so emotional and destroy men's property?
I knew that was coming.
The next question is, women say they want to just tell me the truth. All you gotta do is tell me the truth. Everything be all right. But when you tell them the truth, all hell breaks loose.
Let me get my Marco Rubio.
Yeah, okay. I want to touch that one first. Now, the reason some women break up y'all stuff and do all that stuff, because they saw that you put more value in them things than you did in them. So to her, you care more about that stuff than you care about me, so I'm going to destroy it all. Secondly,
what about when they destroy the house? They destroy the home you live in. Now you got to go buy another house.
Because I mean, go ahead. Because
and to piggyback that too, and first of all too, and that is totally correct what Felicia said. The first part of that, and second, most women are not physically stronger than a dude, so they're going to tear up something that you love. I had a friend of mine, he had a big old fish tank. So when his girlfriend used to get mad, she said, "I ought to take a sledgehammer and bust that fish tank," because she can't beat him. So if y'all had the same physical strength, I mean, it'd be a whole bunch of physical. But I'm telling you, and then like he's saying with the house of burning her own stuff up, it's almost like a what's going on in the news, all that stuff. Your mind gets so fried. A woman ready to blow her own stuff up. You take their whole stuff down.
The truth of the matter is what it is. Ain't no other woman, excuse me for using the word, ain't no other woman gonna live in a house that I helped build. That's the bottom line.
That's how you feel.
No woman, and I'm not gonna allow I worked hard, and then you gonna leave me and put some other woman in there to enjoy it? No.
Well, guys feel the same way about somebody else raising their kids.
Should we be on guard? If Hillary get mad at Bill Clinton, she gonna just blow up the world?
No, I mean, you know what? You got to think of also the maturity of the person, the mindset, where they are in their life, if they're spiritually connected, or if they still, worldly, or all of those things plays into part in a person's actions. Now, me personally, I ain't gonna blow up nobody's home. I ain't gonna mess up your car. I ain't gonna do nothing. My way of getting back at you is being the best me I can be and letting you see that you've missed out.
Get them.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that I haven't been in that stage because I had to grow.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't grow. I mean, we still stay on emotions.
Hey man, thanks for calling.
I'm gonna hang up and listen and answer the second question for me about the second
question.
Oh, you hang up and listen about burning the house down? Oh.
No, about the truth. One to know the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to get to that one.
Oh yeah.
And I think what it is, really, we can't. It's almost. I was thinking about that. I'm glad he said that. We don't live in a society, and I watch my wife all the time. But she lives in a bunch of soft truths. All like, hey girl, and like that. So a woman goes now because sometimes you get hurt so much. You say, just give me the truth. Sometimes the truth in men, you don't want, and honestly, the truth in women. But we can't kind of phase it like that. Some women claim that I had a buddy of mine, he was messing with a girl, and he had a friend, she had a friend, and he said, well, just tell me the truth. Now that's the way it started, where he told her the truth. But what happens to a woman, and every woman, and you know this is what happened. I said, dude, every time you go over there and say if y'all having little relations like that, especially if you add that to it with a woman, every time you leave, little hole starts to build in her. And the first time she won't say that when it starts happening at first, but after a while, She doesn't like the way this feels, so she got to say something. I know we made this agreement in the beginning, whether even if you're not even having sex, but sex makes it worse. Say, look, but is this all we do? I mean, don't get me wrong, this is good. And then we look at it because sometimes we can be detached from it. So, I thought you was cool. I know she said that. Yeah. But I tell women all the time, remember, naturally, this is how you would naturally like somebody else if you're going out having conversation. So it takes a real strong person to be immune to that, to just keep going. And listen, I know you're going to say, I know a woman, I know some women that they can do it, and I know some dudes that can't do it. Right. Just like I tell people all the time, for all the white people that can't dance, it's a whole bunch of black people that can dance. For the black people that can't dance, it's the white people that can dance. So nature always balances itself out. But normally that's what happens. You get together and then you start and then you try to have this agreement. Like I always laugh, especially at our age when you hear people go, oh no, we know what it is. Okay. keep on going out and having a good time. Because that's how naturally it evolves. You like the rapport. We like spending time with each other. I watch my friend and see, now this is what we don't play fair. My friend set up a thing like that, but then he kept telling the girl, I love you. Uh-oh.
And you know that it go with the man manipulation.
That was emotional manipulation. Yeah. See, it's kind of like guys, we have to, and I get it, because I tell my wife all the time, the reason why I know these things, because I've been the dude. See, we get you hired, we bring you an orientation, give you a jersey, and then we lay you off. We sell you on the company. Felicia, you're going to love working here. Yeah. Felicia, this is where you're going to be working.
Okay, DuPont.
Now, Felicia, let me give you a shirt, give you your badge. And as a woman, you want to say, that's the team. I play for. That's why women have a hard time juggling dudes. Women can do it, but y'all struggle with juggling a lot of dudes because you like to have, this is my jersey, this is what I play for. I play for the Lakers.
Territorial.
Yeah, I play for the Lakers. We play for the Lakers. Well, and then when you get fired, that's what you said. Hold on. You came and told me all the stuff when we was going to be. Yeah, then we kind of like that. And then y'all be thinking, how can you be so cold about it too?
Yeah. But you have some women that's actually cold like that too. But as for the honesty thing, you do have some women out here that's strong enough to take the truth. Because me personally, I'd rather take the truth. Yeah, I can't stand a lie because my thing is, if you lie to me, then I can't trust you.
Yeah.
Because then if I can't trust you, ain't no need of me being with you. And if you lie to me about little things, then what if something big come along and you lie? Like we can really lose our house or we can really go financially bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I look at it across the board. I'd rather you tell me the truth. Yeah. And of course, I'm not saying I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to say I'm going to mold over it. Yeah. But like I said, with every relationship, that comes that word, forgiveness.
Yeah, but that comes from too, I think, you being grown. When you start to get older, it's almost like how, I look at stuff as an adult. I remember my dad used to talk to me when I was 14. He's 41. And he used to always tell me, you go to work and let me go to school. And now as I'm 40, I see what he's talking about because we're grown. So like you said, if you go through all that and you said with your marriage, you just say, you don't have to come to me with all that, trying to sell me on the company. Yeah. Just tell me what y'all hiring for. It was a tip
tell
job.
Me the truth. And see, first of all, my thing is, when you lie to me, then you take my will from me.
Yeah.
Then you take now you're taking my refill because now you made the choice for me to be with you because I based my decision on the lies that you told me.
You know what I'm saying?
So to me, I look at it like, I do look at it from a spiritual thing. If you lie to me, then you are still in my willpower for me. God gave me the free will and you just snatched it.
So back to the caller. So you think we should just tell y'all what we want? So look, this is
it's a way. Hold on. But I'm back to the caller. I'm gonna tell you.
Some guys looking at that like. So we should say, look here. This is what I want.
I'm gonna tell you. Be very familiar with the person that you're with. All women can't take the truth.
They can't take it.
All women that say they can take the truth.
All you got to do is tell me the truth.
And if she one of those type of women that like to break up stuff, tell her on the phone. Text her. No, I'm just joking.
That make me nervous when I see women like that. That make me nervous. Yeah, I'm so glad.
It's an individuality thing right there of how people gonna respond to the truth because and it depends on how emotionally tied they've gotten into the relationship and stuff. You know, but my thing is if you start off telling the truth, then she would expect the truth.
That's what I'm saying.
So it'll be easy.
But see, here's the thing, and that's what I was talking about. I'm glad you said that. But that still doesn't mean you know the truth. But we talk about you still dealing with it is a hard thing every day.
Especially if it's the negative truth.
Yeah, dealing with it, you got a little friend or whatever, and you said, "Well, I know," and you try to start off and think, or you think you're gonna change him, or let's just take it where the guy is not involved, and he just said, "Well, I don't want no relationship, and we can be cool." Don't most women think, "Oh, I'm gonna change his mind"?
Yeah, but see, but me personally, I feel like that And then whatever she get because of the mere fact he already done told you straight up from the door. I've had a friend of mine who did just that. She figured, the brother came straight up and told her, I'm not ready for a serious relationship, but I want to kick with you. I like you. I want to spend as much time with you as possible, get to know you and all this stuff. Yeah. So she fell, boom, hard. Yeah. Then when he said, hold on, I don't want this. She throwing trash on the main yard.
Then your cousin. Your cousin.
My sister really. Flash beams all in the front man yard.
So what you gonna say, Felicia? I thought you said you agreed. I thought you said you was cool.
Exactly.
But it don't matter then because she's too far.
She gone. So my thing is, if you don't want to play, don't play with people's emotions. Because when you see them going, because you're going to see it. Ain't nowhere in the world you going to say, it just all of a sudden smacked you in the face that she was in love. No, you see the signs. And once you start seeing the signs, you need to put a break on them right then.
But see, that's what I'm trying to, you have to remember. It's hard I'm a big nature person. I watch a lot of nature, and I'm about nature and balance. It's hard to put a brakes on what naturally is supposed to happen. It's just like, there's natural things you like. So if you hanging out with me, like I used to tell my wife all the time, I know my dosage is strong. If anything, I can't pull it back. What I'm saying is, I'm not trying to be funny. We're going to laugh, have a good time. It's going to keep escalating. So you can keep trying to bring it back down and keep trying to go, and I'm telling you, it's going to, that's what happens. So you can say, well, I ain't trying to get my emotions in it, but we going to jazz festival this Friday. Okay, you going to jazz festival. And then you start hanging out and you spend a lot of time with this person and you keep trying to gauge it, trying to pull it back. It's going to keep escalating. Y'all had a good, especially if you're with somebody that you keep having a good time with. And you think you can put that in a bottle, that conversation is coming. Whether it be the sexual part or just we had a good time, she like, and I guarantee for the beginning of it, she won't say anything, but she's feeling it. So eventually, I got enough nerve, we're going to say, so look, is this all we do? And that's what happens most of the time.
But the thing come in is that instead of being honest and saying, yes, this is all we're going to do the first time, instead of saying, well, I don't know, or you know how y'all do, change the subject. Don't never answer. Don't directly answer the question. Answer the question, but don't directly answer the question. Right now, you know how, but we cool, we alright, everything cool. Okay, but to us, we cool meaning we growing. Everything is changing. Now emotional, but see y'all over here saying, no, we cool.
We cool. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask, why do you think guys do that? Why do you think guys always go? Now, I might have to text the committee. Might tell his ass, they got to give me approval to be able to say it. But why do you think men, we say that? Why do you think that we try to hold it off and say, well, no, I ain't trying to be in a relationship. I ain't trying to, hold on. Why do you think we do that? What do you think?
I think y'all do that. Y'all think y'all do that because y'all ain't sure if that's the one. Y'all want to keep on fiddling around in the cookie jar to see if you can find the one with the cream in the middle that's gonna fit your taste buds. That's why y'all keep on there, and and it might be a good girl. So you don't want to give up a possibility on nothing. So you're going to keep that possibility right there, and you'll keep searching, and you can keep searching. They're going to keep feeding that possibility because you might not never find that one with the right feeling. So at least you got a potential over here that you can do something with.
Look, you know what? I'm going to call you, and you did a good job. I'm going to tell you, I'm at the door of the club, put it this way. I get to the door of the club, you the girl taking the tickets, and you can be cute and pretty. I look in the club full up of women, and you trying to get me at the door. Like, hold up, let me get in here. So that's what the effect of it is. And most guys, and I'm glad that I want to elaborate. I tell women a lot of times, this is what you're dealing with guys, and it works. Let me get a woman for her. Back when we talk about the woman with the options, a lot of women didn't have options and stuff, so they had the options that they have now, be educated, more money, they would pick different, they would have more options. So the same thing has happened with guys, and this is why it's going to get real, kind of how a lot of women are single and guys want to get married. I said the average guy, and you really know this, Felicia, because we're like the same age, the average guy is either now in a marriage that he doesn't want to be in, coming out of marriage. So when you come up on him talking about some relationship, marriage stuff, he tell guys, you know what we talk about when we're in our circles? We talk about who we know that's paying the most child support, who we know that's in a. So when you catch him coming out of marriage, that's the last thing. Just as a woman could say, I think I'm in this predicament because of giving sex up too quick or whatever. So when you run up on a woman at that mental state, she like, nah, because that's why I think why I'm getting stuff wrong now. That's why y'all go to the spiritual part. So those two worlds keep colliding. You run into her, she feeling that way. I made some mistakes. I ain't picking right. I'm letting the spiritual side. dudes coming out of, I just left this girl 18 years. I got a buddy of mine, how you pay child support and alimony. So now, and you talking about relationships, you talking about being married? No. So that's what, and then some of the women, you ain't even putting yourself in the top of the picks. So with us, it is about the one. I met my wife, and if you come on my page, you see me, I love Boo Boo to death, always talking about Boo Boo. But my thing is, I like being with her. I wasn't sold on marriage. I wasn't none of that. I enjoy being with her. That's my thing. And that's how most men are. It is the woman. The woman makes us do all of that. Woman make us do whatever bit of money. It is not, we just walk around daydreaming about marriage. No, we don't. any real dude, I ain't saying this is where y'all get thrown off. Y'all get one of them soft dudes that he act like he never have nobody, and you keep trying to weigh him on all of us. No, all of us mostly say it's her. She inspires me to do whatever. I'll fix a roof, put a deck on a house, change a kitchen cabinet. That's what we do. To y'all, y'all dreaming of family, and so that's why when it goes something, you don't want to let it go because you thinking, I got all this. I do the kids' homework. I can do this. I can do that. So that's
that nurturing. Women are nurturing, and we don't like to we didn't give you enough affection or give you enough for what you need.
And you be thinking maybe I need to give some more.
Yeah.
Maybe
you can get ain't enough giving if. I mean, you can give and give and give, but
we do it prematurely. We leave prematurely. We don't, I gotta tell my wife. Like with counsel, a lot of guys. I would love to go to counsel. My wife, I probably wouldn't have nothing left to tell. I talk about like that, but we leave prematurely. What I mean is we get in those moods or whatever happened and don't talk it out. And then when you, like you said, you get mentally checked out, then we come back with all this, I love you, I don't want nobody else real much.
But then you got the ones that don't really come back, but we friends, and I'm gonna put it out there. Me and my husband, we left out. He checked out years ago, but I was still holding on, trying to make it work. It's gonna get better, it's gonna be better. Then we in the church. So, everybody's saying, God got the word. Let God do it. Let God do it. If it's meant to be, God gonna fix it. You stand right there. But at the end of the day, and we were best friends. I mean, we enjoyed being together. People saw us. We had a good time. We were best friends.
Yeah, just wasn't.
But we were always best friends. Even when we decided we gonna get divorced and everything, everything was best friends. Because he was already checked out, but I was still emotionally attached. But once I checked out emotionally. We ain't friends no more. Now I'm your worst enemy. Now I'm everything but the child of God. I'm like, hold on, but I was your best friend when you was checked out, and I was still holding the baggage. But now that both of us checked out, I'm the worst thing that done crossed this earth.
You can't handle it. I tell you, it's something I think with women, y'all got something in you can handle emotions better. Guys, you see, he act ugly about that thing. He's like, what you act like? We get to crying. Oh yeah.
No,
and you know what happens? And I tell guys all the time. See, you turn into her. See, first time we like this, and you we like, hey. So then, trust me, the role switch. Then he turned and started acting like you. He started crying.
I was like, wow.
I never thought he would act like, look at that. And then the difference with y'all is I ain't trying to hurt him like he hurt me. He don't even want to feel that. But you act like this girl.
I'm like, and then, and then I was like, okay, well, so, he had a little incident or whatever called. I was like, you don't care? No. How do I care? Why would I care?
What kind of person
are you? Why would I care? I'm not being mean or anything, but I'm emotionally checked out now.
And that's what y'all say. Y'all like, I'm not trying to hurt you like I did, but see, y'all be trying to be honest. Like, and you know in your heart, there was a time I get off the phone with my mama, I run to do this and do that. And now you think about that, Felicia, like what is it, the Christmas movie where he walk him around and show him himself. Somebody look at you, Felicia.
Yeah.
And you hate her. You look at who you were with that women, and I tell guys, I would never want a woman or somebody like beat down like that because you're not full of yourself. And I was telling a friend of mine the other day, when you get your strength back, when the smoke clear, and you come back to who you really, you're gonna hate who you were, and you're gonna hate him because he made you so low. But that's what you was doing for love. That's what you're doing.
And you know what? And that's one thing about it. And I thank God for deliverance and stuff because even though, and I'm not saying that I wasn't bitter because all of a sudden now we was best friends. Now I'm checked out, so now you my enemy.
So you're really
now everybody in the world, I'm the bad guy. But at the same time, I'm so glad that I've grown spiritually and maturely that I still don't hate you. You know what I'm saying? I still would be your friend. Takes a bigger person to do that. But at the same time, I just don't choose to be in your world. But I support you.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I will support you, but I'm going to support you from over here.
Yeah.
Because see, I done been through all the abuse that you can give me.
Yeah.
And I can't
you took yours first.
I can't put myself back through that.
You took yours first.
But I'm still here for you mentally and spiritually and all that stuff. I'm just not going to be, I'm not going to be
Oh, yeah. We try that too now. We try to get that. Yeah. Because you got to remember now, to be honest, when a man has you like that, or a woman has a guy, I've had it on whenever I wanted. I've had whatever you cooked. I've had it. So now you're not gonna let me. You're like, what? No.
I'm not giving you no ride.
No,
I'm not taking you to the. I'm not bringing you no soup.
Yeah, but you used to do all that.
But I used to. I would drop everything.
There you go.
I be on my way out of town. You called me and said, I need a ride. I'm stuck at the bus stop. I done flipped my car around and came all the way back.
And this is what we don't play fair. First we like, oh, I can't believe she. So then we like show a little bit more emotion, and then like that don't work. I just get show a little bit more. Like, well, I mean, what's wrong with you? And then we go all out. And you go like, I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. I just don't feel it. And here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah,
and the war. And the war starts.
That's why I tell you gotta keep it while it's good. And I think, and I really try to tell guys when you get older, it stings you harder when you're older because I tell guys like I'm 45 and you get older over your 40s, you're dealing with real life. Like I look at my parents, my father's had heart condition, my mother had cancer. So you're dealing with that thing. They ain't got time for all of that. Then so the average, like my wife always joked, brother don't want to be with you, did he get sick, he had a stroke, now he want to come back, you got to take care of him. Like that's some different stuff.
Oh
like you're in a different level of it now.
Yeah.
When you're in your 20s, you dating it. But so that's why you got to get this together because you getting older, you get sick and all that stuff, and that's that other part of it. That you playing around and now you want to come back because you act crazy and then you didn't stroked all of it. You can't do nothing going nowhere.
Yeah, but then you turn around and who's to say when you go back it's gonna be different?
Oh.
Who's to say they're just not there saying crime, they need you now. And then soon as you get well, beast right back. Here come the beast again. The beast is back. The beast is back. You know what I'm saying? Because that happens. You be like, you drop everything. You drop everything and you run because he's sick.
Back out there.
He needs you. You need
and you be like, I'm
gonna be the one. I'm gonna be the one to show you.
That's what I'm saying.
Love you. I'm gonna be there.
I love you more than anybody.
As soon as you get well, you. I can't even say it.
Yeah, like Tyler Perry left up in that shower in the wheelchair. But that's what we do, though. Yeah, that's what we do. We don't. You gotta. And I get it. I like I said with guys.
I still don't get it because I'm like, you know what? I ain't even gonna let you play with my feelings like that no more.
But I can tell you like this, back to nature and balancing out. It's almost I was telling a friend of mine the other day. It's like this the man or woman or anything in nature. You have to when you keep letting people do it, they'll keep pushing because you keep letting it. You gotta hold it right there. And I get like my wife is a real docile person. And I know sometimes I laugh because I could get my way with her more, but I don't take advantage of it. So what happens is sometimes your husband and guys have done that or any vice versa because you don't have no resistance. You don't have resistance. It's like a bully. He somebody punch him back in his mouth, then he gonna stop. But he'll just keep pulling. And just like how y'all are going, let's be honest. Every woman has looked at a guy and when he's sniffing on it, you going, look at him sniff. He'll do anything. He'll go get me some sandwich. He's trying to get this thing. He just do anything. Women don't understand. We do the same thing about y'all relationship. Look at her. She want to be in a relationship so bad, she'll do anything. She'll do anything. And that's how we do each other. But when you hold your ground, you don't have to be crazy about it. Yeah, but just hold it. Hold your ground. Yeah. But we do the same thing with y'all. Especially nice looking dudes. And then y'all go, I know you just want to be friends. And that's just like I do. Felicia, I know you ain't trying to have, and we sniff around the sex thing. It's the same thing. And y'all know that when you see it. Mm-hmm.
But you know what? And that one thing you said is true. And you know what? And that's one thing that my husband used to tell me all the time. Nobody can do nothing to you unless you allow it.
You allow
and so that kind of gave me like a sucker punch. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, okay. And he would constantly say it. And it was like, I didn't understand it. Yeah. But then when I emotionally checked out of it, that was like the first thing that the bell just went off like ding.
Yeah.
Allowed. Yeah. So how can I be mad at you or how can I be bitter with you because I allowed you to do these things? Yeah. So why am I gonna be angry?
Yeah. And you would think, well, he could at least not taken advantage of me and do it. That's what I told you.
I was like, because I was mad, I was angry. I'm like, all of a sudden, I done did all of this and you got the nerve to be mad at me for what?
Yeah.
And then I thought about it. I was like, I allowed it.
Yeah. And now. And I always I give women a little bit more credit. I always say women do the same thing as guys. And I don't see women do that a lot, but they do it. Just like a woman to have a dude, like say tomorrow Friday, she got a little friend to come take her to dinner. She don't really like him, but she was like, I don't want to be in the house, and he like buying me stuff. So there's women that do that too.
Yeah.
So you would say with a guy, why do you keep dealing with her when you're like, because she let me do it.
Yeah.
So when you get mature, you just say, no, if I ain't feeling you, I will just, we're not together. But there's some people
but
that
do
have
people really get mature enough to do that?
Oh no!
I ain't seen
Some people.
I ain't even gonna lie. I've seen them get more secretive about it. More discreet about it.
Oh, yeah.
But I ain't never seen them not do it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And that goes just to human
reality.
behavior. Yeah, that's just human behavior.
Reality.
And people with relationships and stuff like that. But I watch it on both sides. Women have their little friends. Well, girl, I won't, especially now, I won't do nothing. I ain't, because the number one, I want to say this live too, the number one killer in relationships, or I watch women sometimes, y'all keep talking about is boredom. Y'all hate to be bored.
Hate to be bored.
Is some woman being bored, she can't stand it.
I
can't stand a boring man. Y'all hate to be bored. So her little friend called. She ain't feeling that much. Met him on Match.com. He all right. And she trying to give him a little bit more because the girl's playing her like she picky. So she's like, well, KJ, he called me. It was Friday. I ain't want to stay in the house.
Yeah.
And go out with him and keep going on. And I feel bad for him. I had a buddy of mine used to call me from California, and she was, she's early 40s, and she would say, I'm trying to work. I don't, she's self-doubting herself, saying, well, maybe I'm not giving this guy another chance. But she's like, well, KJ, I ain't feeling him. It's the rapport we're talking about. So maybe it has to grow. Remember, you go back to the old notes. Girl, you better let that man and so and so. And I feel women today, it's kind of like, I said, it's like a shoe sale. Y'all have all the good shoes there, Felicia, starting Monday. You get down there Thursday. They ain't got but to pick those. Like, Felicia, you like, okay, I'll be like, Felicia, stop being so picky, girl. Get one of them shoes. And you be like,
sometimes it pay off to be picky though. But then again, being picky can just send you down the wrong boat.
You listen. You better be picky. I was picky. You better be picky. So I agree with y'all with that. You better be picky.
I don't know, because not being picky, but standards. A lot of people lose their morals, and when they get in a relationship, I mean, it's like you said, grandma, mama's remedies, kick you to the curb. Yeah. Not all of them. Not all of them. Because sometimes some of the things that I live by is based on what my grandmother told me and stuff. Yeah. And then, because I tried the new stuff. And every time I try the new stuff, I wind up picking wrong. Yeah. But when I use my grandma's recipe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When there's certain things, you want something to eat. We like something to eat. Those. Yeah, I'm not saying that. But what happened is, the problem, like I look at my mother, you haven't dated in this long. Like your grandma said, my friend said, grandma, man want a piece of leg, want something to eat. And those things are true too. But now, because of how the society we live in is mixed a little different. Yeah. Because it's just like with shoes. Well, why don't y'all just have one pair of shoes? Because y'all like options. If I came in your closet, I guarantee, Felicia, what y'all these shoes for? Because I like shoes, and you like the different colors. So, of course, they're just shoes, but there's things. So your grandma said there's just basic things. Just like a woman likes safety, security. She likes to feel protected. Yeah. But so if I just said, that's why I always my friends that are spiritual, and they've been, so I never forget, I had to go to St. Paul the other day and talk to a client of mine, and I hadn't been in there in a while, and Sheila Bell works with me, she was in there, I didn't see Sheila there, but I saw a buddy of mine, she was in there. So she's real spiritual, she want a spiritual guy, and I walked up in St. Paul, I said, they don't want them to do all these dudes up in here, why don't you get one of them dudes?
Hold on, but just because they in church don't mean they spiritual.
But I mean, say, what it was, she didn't want to tell me, she ain't attracted to him.
Oh.
See, I mean, like,
I'm forward. I mean, they tell me all the time, you just don't.
Yeah, you want a God-fearing dude? I mean, say if you say, well, Felicia, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Dude, nice dude.
Yeah, I mean, he might be a nice guy, but see, I mean, nice guys don't.
He boring.
No, because honestly, because you have nice guys that are not boring, but you have nice guys that just be nice. Yeah. On the surface, you know what I'm saying?
Then he act a little crazy.
And then when you get beneath that surface,
crazy.
Yeah, they ain't so much nice no more.
Yeah, but you might like a little bit of that crazy.
Because I'm a little crazy.
You like, girl, he crazy. I like it too. He called me sometimes, girl, I'm crazy. I'm like, oh, girl, let me call you back. He got to be a little, not crazy, but he got a little excitement to him.
A little excitement.
Yeah.
I mean, but sometimes you get too much excitement.
Yeah, you too crazy.
And then you
turn your nerves up.
Yeah, then you got
But what I'm saying,
but I just don't want people like that. Guys don't always finish last. No, they don't always finish last.
What I think I need to change that. Like when a woman always tell me like, when she go on a date now, I say, well, how was it? How was the guy? She's like, KJ, he's nice. When y'all tell me that, you're not excited about him. Now, what you want to say is, I need somebody, KJ, at my age and what I've been through. He got some sense that I can take him to my Christmas party. I can take him over my mom and them house, and I can leave him in there and go to the bathroom and worry about he ain't gonna say nothing stupid like he dumb. And everybody, even men and women, most of the times, a lot of women want to look back at you and say, I've chosen right. Yeah. You want to be able to say, like when my wife take me places, they be like, and I can see how my wife looks at me because how I interact with everybody. And she feels, I guess I make her feel she's chosen right. The biggest example of that, President Obama. Look at Michelle's face when she watch him. She's like, and that's a big thing I try to tell a lot of couples that, and I tell my wife, a lot of you remember, everything with you and them, you and your spouse or your mate is not combined, everything. Some of these things that they need to watch you from afar, how you are, but aside me. Like, like I used to tell how my dad was such a man that I watched my dad interact with my grandpa and my uncle and them, him being a man outside of being my father. So it's the same thing in your relationship. Your woman needs to see you from afar. She needs to see, and she feels, I've chosen wisely, and the same thing with you. So like when people were real needy, it feel like your whole existence is this relationship. Yeah. And remember, that's another part that he'll be attracted to. Yeah. He'll make you feel like, well, Felicia, leave me. I gotta tighten up too. I gotta. Yeah,
but I mean, you could be, and then you got those men that you can be that. I mean, be that woman that got that career, got that motivation going on, and they were trying to tie a noose around your neck and like choke you out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And but all at the same time, they're telling you, I support you. Yeah. I'm there for you. I got your back. Go ahead on and do you. But as you climb, you notice that you ain't going nowhere because it's something back here. Yeah. That's like, no, I need you to not do this and do this, and you know what I'm saying? And that's in a lot of relationships. I've seen a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of women say how they try to move forward and he say no, or
some guys are insecure about that. Yeah. Some guys, the intimidation. That's the other factor of you look at especially black women. There's a lot more up and mobile black women, affluent black women than the guys are. So like I know, and I tell my wife, I've dated plenty of women that lawyers and stuff. They have their own stuff. So if you're an average blue collar guy, we'd like to have the power and to control things. That can intimidate some guys. Yeah, that's an intimidating thing.
But that's the one I think. Why do men feel like they always have to be in control? I mean, you can be a man's man without having to try to be that macho, that little macho stuff. I mean, first of all, the macho stuff that shouldn't even be in a marriage. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It shouldn't even be in a marriage.
Yeah. Well, to the being in control and that's just almost just the bravado of a man. It's hard for me to explain. You'd have to be a man to be. You have to. Yeah, it's hard to. And like in our minds, a man, we're real. Bless you. We're real. This thing. Like that's why I say with you guys, I watch women, I laugh at you. I tell my wife all the time that mind be racing because it's built to go. I'm gonna do this. I gotta call the kids, talk to my mom. I gotta take my mom to the doctor. Our mind go, hold on, this table, phone. Like we like one thing at a we one thing because we make one thing at a time. Your man's like So that's why at night I joke with me, they can't turn it off because that thing is going. Yeah. So when you started tripping about a guy and he got that mind, you gotta take sleeping pills. I know when you go up there, husband. I know you laid up in that bed.
Mine going 25
miles going crazy.
You got that right. It's
built to multitask.
Yeah, and then and I found it hard to adjust to that man. They be like, okay, Felicia, you just always hyper. You just hyper. It's not that I'm just hyper. It's just that I like to get things done. I'm not a procrastinainer. And to me, like, I walk fast. You know what I'm saying? I walk real fast. So if I got to get to the corner, I got to wait for you. I'm getting irritated because I'm like, come on now. The world don't revolve around you. Let's step it up.
And I'm sure, and this is what we don't play fair as guys. When you don't tell a woman what's completely going on, I always like to tell my wife, I don't like to leave in gaps. Because when you leave the gaps, she's going to try to fill them in herself. Why did he say that? Well, what did he say that for? Yeah, you're going to run yourself crazy.
I sure did.
Trying to think of what you think I mean. That's why a lot of times my wife, I say, no, baby, this is what I mean.
But see, men don't do that. They don't give you the complete story. Yeah. They only give you, like, if you in the financial hole, everything will be all right, we all right. Yeah. Instead of saying, okay, look, we done came up on the snag right here. The light screen get cut off right there. Why you tell me? Yeah, because I could have maybe I could have did something. That's my part. To be fair,
you sure? Or you could have been like, well, what do you want to get in the light? Sometimes we wouldn't do that. But sometimes I tell my wife, I don't do that with her. Because in my mind, I can handle it. But if I put it in there, it's gonna bounce around and go all crazy. It depends on what it is. It depends on what it is.
It ain't gonna bounce.
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
But I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
we kind of.
Now I know a friend of mine had told me, he really truly believes in the universe and stuff, and he made one point to me because he was like relationship. I told him we're gonna be talking about relationship, and he was like, how do people define relationships? Because how can you have a relationship if you can't relate to the person that you with?
There you go. Tell you the rapport, and it's two people wanting to be with each other.
Yeah.
It is not I think people try to get the person and like I used to tell my friend, you got an egg, you got to keep shining the egg, and it's a relationship. That if you like him and he like you look around and say, oh, I guess we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
But if you grab it first and trying to make a relationship, it's not like I never really feel bad. This might sound crazy to say when people break up and get divorced. I don't feel that way. I look at it like the housing market. Like my buddy of mine, when he came up out of his house, he lost out. But you know what happened in the beginning? They factored my buddy's overtime into getting his house. He should have never had the house. It was too much house from the beginning. So a lot of these relationships, I mean, I'm not dumping on people's relationship, but a lot of people, when you look at them, say, what was you doing with them in the first place? And if you really be honest, and we go back and do an autopsy, I was lonely. He so-and-so. He caught me on that part.
All these hidden secrets of why you was with that person.
I had a friend of mine, I talked about it, she said, honestly, KJ, I knew he was before. And this is 18 years after. But you know what? I had lost my job and the invitations had already been out. I couldn't stop it then. Yeah. So you were 18 years of being married to him. And she said, if I really be honest with myself, I think she said, I lost my job. I was already feeling that. But I knew he wanted the person to marry. But I didn't want to lose him either.
Yeah.
And the invitations went out.
Well, I put all mine in my little book called What Goes On Behind Closed Doors.
You want the books.
I put my little secrets in there. Yeah. But you know what? And that is true. We do. A lot of us people who have failed marriages are failed marriages because we had hidden reasons for why we got married other than love.
Yeah. And you be honest about when you look back.
When you look back and you be honest with yourself, then you be like, you know what, you knew you weren't the right one, or you knew you was moving too fast. Yeah. God told me to wait, and I jumped in the bucket anyway. You know what I'm saying? I tell
a friend of mine that she's kind of like she's cool friend. She's like me. She's, so her husband real chill back, and they were real spiritual. I mean, he's probably the most spiritual guy I've met in a long time. Prayer cloth and pray. So when you look at her, when they finally grew apart, I said, why did you? And she said, because we were both going to church, and they said that's who I was supposed to be with. Because when you look at her personality and look at his, like, how are y'all the rapport? Yeah. She just said, back then our rapport was going to church. And she said, and I look at it now, like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, I do the same thing, but I mean, but I think we all have those moments when we look back and we just say, "Wow," we human. We make bad choices. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We make good choices.
Yeah, like it affects you that much.
The point is, learn from them. Be more cautious. Yeah. And when it comes to relationships, communicate.
Got it.
Communicate.
And you gotta be able to take the communication.
Yes, you gotta be able to
give it to me, and I give it to you, and you.
Yeah, you got to be able to hold it, because I mean it's a two-way street. Yeah. And you have to kind of like try to gel that thing together. Not gel it together, because it should fit naturally. Mm-hmm. You should be able to just go and talk and say, "Hey, baby, I feel this," and sit down and talk about it without walking away angry.
Yeah. You got to be able to talk and communicate it. Yeah. This is what I mean, because remember, if you don't, they're gonna say, "I think he mean this." Then you call your girlfriend, and y'all gonna try to figure it out like a problem.
Like jigsaw puzzles. I got a piece over here.
Well, what time did he say that? Well, no, if he said that, he mean that. That's why I'm real clear with my wife, because I love to be able to say, the reason why, baby, I'm telling you that, so you won't say, all you had to do was tell me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I tell her that all the time.
Okay, all right. Now, I would like to thank KJ,
Kevin
Johnson.
There you go. Kevin Johnson.
From being on my show. That's been
lovely. That's been nice. We got to do this again.
Went by so fast.
It was an hour.
Yeah. Whole hour gone.
Talking to Felicia for an hour.
Well, Felicia can talk. Yeah. Felicia loves to talk.
Yeah. Call the house. We keep talking. Call the house. Keep talking.
Yeah.
It's true. It is a nice show. Yeah, nice show.
Thank you.
Go to my Facebook page at Kevin KJ Johnson, and we have all the relationship annex stuff.
Oh, right. I sure will.
Yeah, we do all that. Follow me. Oh, look at my name. My name.
I like when I be watching you on Facebook, when I be seeing you and your wife on the little.
Yeah, you know my wife.
The last one you had with the which I was role playing.
Yeah, we get our little role play. Yeah.
I said, Lord, look at them.
All right, there you go.
All right.
But I killed. Okay. We don't have them rolling out. We just roll out.
We just roll out. There you go.